Hey guys, you know, the phrase "it couldn't be any other way" is a phrase that my wife and I have been using lately, to try to just continue to understand why the physical world around us is the way it is. And part of our discovery and awakening. And as we talk about it, we question all these things and then we say, well, it couldn't be any other way. And what we mean by that is, if you look at the history of man from creation till now, it's the same story, right? We have the first humans go away from God. The very first human born a natural birth killed his brother out of jealousy. Okay? And fast forward 6,000 or so years and look at our physical world, right? We actually have people that live their life abusing children for money, for pleasure. A level of darkness that's incomprehensible. Well, but it couldn't be any other way, guys, because man has always rejected God. And, here's the thing that I'll dive into to make this succinct, okay? This includes self-righteous people who think they are following God and that they understand the one truth of Jesus Christ and his kingdom, but they have no clue. And sadly, this is the narrative that we're dealing with, and it's fever pitched in the last 200 years, okay? This false idea that most, if not all, denominational churches, they think they're following Christ, but they've actually made it all about themselves. They're not listening to him, okay? But it couldn't be any other way. Man has never listened to him. Man wants to make it fit their needs, his narrative. Well, it's all about me. It's all about me now. It's about our future. And that's a lie, guys. But it sadly is the lie of the denominational Christian churches. But it's pervasive. It's what rules the world right now, okay? But it couldn't be any other way, right? Man's always done this. He's always gone his own way. He hasn't listened to the words. And that's why we're in the bind we're in. Did you learn from a man or did you learn from the Spirit? That's not a question most people can answer if they really sit and think about it. As I've got into conversations with denominational Christians and you probe that, it becomes obvious they heard something from a man and then they made the scriptures fit that. And now they're hardened into it. In most cases, they're hardened into it because they're not listening to him. They're making it about themselves. They want it to be about themselves. They want it to be about what fits their need, what makes sense to them. But it couldn't be any other way. This is the story of man, right? Rejecting him, rejecting his words, and rejecting his kingdom. So that's what I mean by it couldn't be any other way. Hopefully that makes sense, and we'll We'll catch up soon.